I don't have Danish friends. I have good colleagues that work together. They are very cooperative, very nice to work with, but outside of the working environment, only in the surface.
Dimitris Katsikas is one of 170,000 foreign academics living and working in Denmark. During his 4-year stay as a foreigner coming from Greece, he found it difficult to become a part of Danish society. According to Professor Martin van Beek, Danes do not have need to create new friendships.
Danes are less forced to establish new relationships through life in the frequency or as often as much as people in America, for example, where people move around much more throughout their lives. People are more sedentary, and so they're less challenged to make new relationships.
The lack of proper socialization may be due to the way of highly structured daily life.
The people need to be informed in advance. They have plans, and when you are aware that they have plans, they have schedule, formal life. After work, they have to go to this, and then they have to go training, or going to the gym, or going to this and that. So that's the lifestyle here.
The kind of socializing that then happens is very formal. So usually people want to make appointments, even when you want to come over for a cup of coffee. They want to make sure that there are cakes and all that kind of thing. So spontaneous dropping by is much less common here than in other countries in Europe.
This is not the only issue.
Things like, you don't speak Danish? You should speak Danish.
Even though most Danes speak very good English, for building up the new friendship, the newcomer is expected to use their native language.
The barrier for people to speak Danish or to learn enough Danish is quite high, because there is an expectation that you're really quite fluent, and if you're not that fluent, then people will switch to another language, or it'll be very difficult to establish contact. So outside of your immediate academic environment, it could be quite difficult to get into social relations.
For foreigners who are not used to heavy social drinking, this may be a matter of harder integration.
I think that many foreigners are getting afraid of this trend of the alcohol, and when the first thing that they're introducing you when you are coming to the university, I've been in 2 universities in Denmark. The first thing that they introduce is like, it's a part of our culture drinking alcohol, but I don't think that you could say that it's a cultural thing to drink alcohol.
If you come from abroad as a student or as a junior researcher, there isn't a way, people often say that there's peer pressure to engage in these kinds of drinking binges. And if that's not something, if that's not really part of your culture, that can be an extra barrier.
When you go outside and all the people are living in their own planet because they are having a lot of amounts of alcohol running in their veins, after half an hour they don't even remember that you've been met, or they don't remember your name, it's frustrated.
Even though the initiatives have been started, Denmark still has not persuaded academics to stay.
The plan is to have a nice, cute house close to the sea and the mountains in Greece, with a satellite dish and a small farm.
By 2018, Denmark will be missing more than 100,000 labor migrants.